Good evening, everybody, and welcome to weekly show number. Well, it's not weekly show; it's the Ronnie Show, but it's the weekly show edition of the Ronnie Show, and it is May 21st, 2022. Now, of course, we're coming on a little bit early tonight because of some things coming up here. You'll see in a minute. Well, not much early, actually. Around the same time, yeah, usual time, 7 p.m. You know. We're going to take a look at some NHL playoff scores, some NBA playoff scores, some MLB scores, and then the USHL Clark Cup Finals, which we'll get to here in a minute. Oh, there's a hair on my computer, which I'm trying to get off, but I can't get it off. Gosh dang it. That sucks. Okay, we got it. We got it. Okay, so we'll start off with NHL scores from last night. Oh, by the way, if you hear that noise in the background, that's the Price is Right Decades game. I'm in production of those shows right now. I just filmed one show. I'm filming another one after I get done filming this. So, yeah. Anyway, I just decided not to unhook it. I mean, I guess I could mute it, but no, it's okay. It's okay. You're not hearing much of it anyway, so it's okay. Carolina beat the New York Rangers last night 2-0, so they now lead their series 2-0. And then Oilers beat the Flames 5-3. That series is tied up at 1. Now today's games, probably tonight. Yeah, tonight. There's only one game on tonight. That's the Avalanche at the Blues on TNT. Now we're in the conference finals now in the NBA playoffs. The Warriors leading the Mavericks, they beat them last night, 126-117. Golden State has a 2-0 series lead on them. And then we head over to the East, where the Heat are at the Celtics later tonight at 7:30 p.m. In fact, coming up here within the next half an hour, it will start. That series is tied up at 1 apiece. Yeah, very exciting stuff there in Boston, I'm sure. We'll take a look at MLB games last night. Hold on one second. It says my communications with the Wii Remote have been interrupted, so I'm going to go fix that. Give me just a minute. I just decided to mute the TV, because why not? Okay. And I do apologize for that loud crunch. That was my water bottle. Anyway, yeah, MLB scores. Last night, the Diamondbacks beat the Cubs 10-6. Oh, shoot. Was I not plugged in? Whoops. The Cardinals beat the Pirates 5-3. The Braves beat the Marlins 5-3 as well. The Dodgers beat the Phillies 4-1. Then the Orioles beat the Rays in 13 innings 8-6. Blue Jays beat the Reds 2-1. The Guardians beat the Tigers 6-1. The Red Sox beat the Mariners 7-3. The Twins beat the Royals 6-4. The Rangers beat the Astros 3-0. And then the Brewers beat the Nationals 7-0. A's beat the Angels 4-2, and then final in 10 innings, the Padres beat the Giants 8-7. We have 2 postponements because of rain and weather. White Sox at the Yankees, that's postponed to Sunday. And then the Mets-Rockies game postponed to, today. So they're playing a doubleheader today. I believe that game is about to start in that doubleheader. Hold on. Okay, so right now the Yankees lead the White Sox 6-3 in the bottom of the 5th. The Diamondbacks are at the Cubs, tied up at 0. That game's delayed. I don't think they've even started that yet, from the looks of it. The Reds are at the Blue Jays. That game's starting up here in just a minute or two. And then Coors Field. Over there at Coors Field in Denver, the Mets are at the Rockies game. One of that doubleheader is supposed to start here in a minute, but it looks like there's rain in the area, so that game might be delayed too. We'll see. Padres at the Giants in about an hour from now, along with the Mariners at the Red Sox, Dodgers at Phillies, Braves at Marlins, Cardinals at Pirates, Rays at Orioles, Twins at Royals, Rangers at Astros, Nationals at Brewers, and then Game 2 of that doubleheader is later tonight in Colorado. Then we have the A's at, we have the A's at the Angels, and then the Tigers and the Guardians game got postponed. So yeah, that is all of today's scores. Now, Clark Cup final time now. Yes. Sioux City beat Madison last night by a score of 3-2. Dylan James scored the first goal and the last goal. We're going to review that game here in just a minute. And then Game 4 tonight is the Musketeers and Madison. So now let's review last night's game between Muskies and Madison. There was a lot happened in that first period, mainly in that last, as you can see, like 7 to 8 minute period. It started off pretty boringly, except for the goal by Dylan James. That was his 4th of the playoffs from Bennett Shimmick. So yeah, that got things going. Nothing really interesting happened after that, up until, the last, like I said, 7 to 8 minutes of it, when we had 2 goals and 2 penalties. Luke Mittelstadt, his 4th of the playoffs, and then Quinn Finley, his 5th of the playoffs, from Dexheimer and Dexheimer and Finley on that first goal, and then Charbrier and Severo on the second goal, and then Blake Dangos, after right in between those 2 goals, took a 2-minute boarding call, but Madison, they were able to they were able to kill off the power play. Nothing really happened in the second either, except Ben Duran tying the game from Antonacci and Grattan. And then, other than that, it was a pretty boring period, to be completely honest with you. Third period, we'll go to mainly the beginning of the period, because that's when things were happening. As you can see, we had roughing calls and slashing calls. Well, the Ralphsburg Manor slashing call resulted in those 2 roughing penalties, because, there's a little bit of fighting and hustle and tussle all going on. Then Wallace took a penalty. It was for slashing at the 10:25 mark. And then Dylan James tied the game with 3:44 left from Owen McLaughlin and Bennett Shimmick. And then Jake Dunlap took a penalty, 2 minutes for slashing, with just 3 minutes left, which Muskies could have had a power play in. And, I kind of said last night that after that penalty was killed off, they probably were going to pull the goalie. That seemed like a good idea, I think. Or they could have just pulled the goalie and have 5-on-5 action instead of 6-on-5. I mean, I've seen that before too. But nope, they didn't pull their goalie out at all. Both goalies stayed in for 60 minutes, and as you can see, those are the 3 stars. Both of them were from Madison.